All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well where I learned this truth from. And salutation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push this word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also shalom to the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai. And today, man, basically, just getting on, America having this build up. He have a build up. He came to a great kingdom or a so-called great nation just so the Lord can bring him down, man. Again, this guy, he's been ruling, well, America have been in power for like 200, in like 45 years, 46 years, and 93% of that time, it have been indulged in war, man. But guess what? Those 200 and plus years you have been in power is going to be wiped away in 1 hour through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, because it's biblical prophecy for the Lord to take you devils down, man. You know? And why he's going to take you down for your wickedness. Let's get something real quick. Let's go to Proverbs, the 16th chapter. Because again, these devils think they're the Most High. They think that they're God, and they think it's the Lord's will for wickedness to run rapid. Well, you sadly mistaken, man. Because the Lord, he's setting you up just so he can bring you down. This is Proverbs 16, jump down to verse 18. It says, pride go up before destruction. Yes. It says pride go up before destruction. And a lot of these theme songs, the Star Spangled Banner, and it's one in the Space Force. It's called the Proud Eagle, the Soaring Eagle. These different songs, the Proud, the Marines, these different things shows you and identifies who's the wicked and who's the Lord is talking about, man. Because Moab, they're not called the proud Moabites or the proud serpents. No, man. It's the proud eagles that's ruling right now, man. Read this again. Pride go up before destruction. And you can see that a couple years ago, when Trump, this guy, when it was the G7 summit, he basically elbowed his way through the front row just so he could take a picture, man. Read this again. Pride go up before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And again, that's the Lord putting Esau in a great delusion, man. Because this devil think it's his own will. He think it's he think it's his own will that he's gonna rule forever. He think that the Lord is gonna be with him. He think that the Lord is just gonna let him do a wicked tirade, continue to rape, rob, and murder the whole planet Earth. No, man. Yahweh Shema Shai, he's finna get ready to bring that to an end. Because these devils, is many ways that these devils try to discount the Most High. One way, the Big Bang Theory, and even climate change. They say, yeah, in order to curb climate change, we need to do depopulation. It's not enough room, it's not enough food, but it's plenty of land out there. But these devils want you to be confined into an apartment, or basically be confined into a damn neighborhood. Even once you go into these, these rich cities out here, the houses above the hills. Even once you go up there, those houses are close together, man. But at the end of the day, just going back into it, the Lord, he's finna bring down this proud devil. He's greedy. He's raping all the people resources. So the Lord have to bring this devil down. Let's read this real quick. This is the book of Obadiah 1, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. So this is talking about a specific nation, man. And we already know the nation of Edom is the so-called white man today. Let's continue on. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, let us rise up against her in battle. Yes, man. Because ultimately, that battle of World War III is going to be the end. It's going to be the stamp of this place is done. Continuing on, though. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And why are these devils greatly despised? Number one, because these devils are proud, man. Again, this is the most proudest nation upon the whole planet Earth. Let's get something real quick. Because again, it says, thou art greatly despised. Why are these devils despised? This is the book of Sirach 10. Jump it down. In verse 7, it says, pride is hateful before the Most High in man. And again, that's why these different nations hate Esau. Over there in the Middle East, they call these Americans the great Satan. Why? Because this devil is proud, man. It says, read this again, Sirach 10:7. Pride is hateful before the Most High. The Lord hated, and man, even these different other nations hate it too. We hate it, man. Because of why this devil think he can't be defeated. But the Lord, he's going to defeat you. Continuing on, and by both doth one commit iniquity, man. And that's the only thing that Esau pushed forth. Iniquity and lies, man. So let's read this again, Obadiah 1 and 2. Because I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So again, why are these devils despised? Because they are proud. Verse 3, the point. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Yes, man. You thinking that you was gonna rule forever? You thinking that sword wasn't gonna get dulled? You know, when you keep on swinging that sword, you keep on, swinging that weapon. You know, for lack of better words, it's gonna get to a point when it get dull, man. And that's what happened unto the nation of Esau, because nobody is believing your deceit no more. Everybody is calling you out upon your lies. Guys like BG, he's getting banned from India because they realize that you pushing forth biochemical warfare. Things like that, man. That's how that pride have deceived you, because you never thought that we was going to find out that you was the wicked. Read this again. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high. Why it says whose habitation is high? Because they are the highest ruling nation right now, man. They're in that king seat right now, man. It says whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So basically, these devils asking who's going to put them off their throne, man. That's a proud statement to make. Basically saying who's going to take this away from me, not knowing that Yahweh Shem Shai is in the cut, waiting for your downfall. Let's get something real quick, because it was always meant for Yahweh Shai to bring this devil down. Because once you go into it, you know, you go into these different wars and rumors of wars. Nobody could never defeat the so-called Americans. Why? Because it was meant for Yahweh Shai to defeat these Americans. Revelation 13 and verse 4. And they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worship the beast. So basically, they worshiping this system, or worshiping this way of life. The LGXYZ, adultery, which was that's heavily pushed out, especially in the Western Hemisphere, lies and deceit, greed, basically just fulfilling your lust. That's what America teaches, you know? So a lot of people are following after the ways of wickedness, man. Continuing on them. It says, and they worship the beast. They follow after them. They love the ways, saying who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with them. Because basically, nobody never thought that the so-called white man was going to get brought down, man. But Yahweh Shem Shai, it was already meant for Yahweh Shai to bring down this devil. And we can see the process of the Lord bringing this devil down, man. You know, so let's read this again. Going back to Obadiah 1 and 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So basically, who can defeat these Americans? Who can mess with the military might of the Edomites? You know? Who can't do that? Yahweh Shai, continuing on, is going to tell you, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, and the eagle is the most high-flying bird, and it says, set thy nest amongst the stars. Yes, these devils, they have space stations. They even have weapons out there, man. But it says, what? Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So Yahweh Shem Shai, he's going to bring you devils down, man. And again, those 240 plus years, guess what? It's being brought down right before our eyes. And ultimately, it's going to be brought down at one moment in 1 hour, man. So let's get this in Revelations 18. And I'm going to start at verse. Let's get to the point. Revelation 18, I'm just going to start at verse 15. It says, the merchants of these things. Matter of fact, let's get to the point. Let's get the build up of it. Yep. Revelations 18 and 11. It says, "And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her." Why are there weeping and mourning? Because this place, Babylon, have been brought down, man. And once you realize you're going to America is nothing but an import. For lack of better words, they just making money off this whore, man. That's the only thing a whore is good for, man. Pleasure and money, man. Continuing on. It says, "And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buy their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet." And basically, those are royal gifts, man. You have gold and silver and precious stones. That shows you, for lack of better words, the status of these Americans, man. Because you compare America to a third world country, America will seem like so-called heaven, man. But once you actually come over here and you experience Babylon, you realize that this is a sick place, man. Continuing on, it says, "In all thine wood, and all manner of vessels in ivory, and all manner of vessels of precious wood, and of brass, and of iron, and of marble, and of cinnamon, and of odors, and of ornaments," because you can buy anything from America. Continuing on, "and of frankincense, and of wine, and of oil, and of fine flour, and of wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men." So basically, hey, America is a merchant city, man. Basically, if you want to sell some bullshit to America, you can. But going down, it says what? Slaves, the last two, it says what? Slaves and even souls of men. Because even these Americans, they're big in sex, slave trafficking. And ultimately, if you have that little thing, that sea hip inside you, then that means that was on your souls too, man. But just going back, even in, for lack of better words, that child trafficking, things like that, that's big over here in America, man. That's big over here in the States. They send these people over there to Dubai. And even in certain cases, you go to the dark web, you can buy a human being for $200, man. How sick can this place be? Continuing on. It says, "In the fruits that thy soul lusted after," which shows you what? The America is only pleasing for the flesh, man. "And departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all." Why? Because ultimately the Lord, he's going to bring this place down, man. Again, because America do nothing but please the flesh, man. Ain't nothing the only thing beneficial that's coming out of America right now is the word of the prophets, man. Everything else is bullshit, man. iPhones and things like that, the new $100 bill. Man, that shit is nothing compared to this word, man. Continuing on, it says, "The merchants of these things were made rich by her." So that's the only reason why they said, your favorite dope thing who come you every morning, he died away. Now you sad because you're going to be short a couple dollars now, That's the same thing that's going to happen to these Americans. Because again, you're going to Ishmael, you go to Moab and even Hum, they come over here and pitch their tents. They come over here and make their money off America, and they go back home, man. Let's continue on. It says, "The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off, for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, in purple and scarlet, yeah, you was in decked with gold, in precious stones and pearls. Yes, you was in this top status, man. You was living good in the neighborhood, man. But it says what? For in 1 hour, guess what? All the things you wait for, the 401k, your disability benefits, your V8, your veterans thing, hey, all that's gonna go down the drain. It says, for in 1 hour, so great riches come to naught, in every shipmaster, and all be company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. Yes, man. Cause why? These different nations who have these different things, they're gonna be like, damn, what's that smoke? Nah, Abraham seen the smoke of Sodom and Gomorrah. Hey, these different nations, they're gonna see the smoke of these Americans, man. It says, in crowd, when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Matter of fact, real quick, let's go into that word great city, man. Let's end off right there. But because again, how Abraham seen the smoke of Sodom and Gomorrah, hey, these different nations, they're going to see the smoke of America, man. You know? And again, they said, what city is like this great city? Because again, they're going to say, man, what else are we going to do to sell our bullshit, man? A lot of the things you get is made from China. Even these, it was a trend years ago. Well, about, when you say years ago, about 3 years ago, because America, they ran off trends. It was called the fidget spinner. And do you know China actually got off of that? A simple toy that costs like $3 or $4, the fidget spinner. Guess what, man? China, they was getting off these different toys and things like that. These different trends, the latest cooking trend on TikTok or whatever. Hey, these different nations are getting off on that, man. It's a new trend on TikTok now called the Korean hot dog, man. And if you go and ask for the Korean hot dog, they're going to charge you $5 or $6 more because they know that that's what's popping right now, man. Like the bubble tea. A year ago, a bubble tea, it was hyped up to damn $7 for a 16 ounce. But now it went down because it's not hot no more, man. The new hot thing is the Korean hot dogs. And that's how these devils play, man. Again, it's about supply and demand. But again, let's go into this word, great city.
Strong's G 3173, megas. Megas.
It says megas. And it reminds, and I think that's where mega come from. When you go into the word mega, it actually means big, but it also megas, it reminds me of MAGA, make America great again too, you know? Because it says, what city is like unto this great city? America have fallen off over the years. But let's continue on though. Let's get to the point. Yep. It says predicted of rank as belonging to, which means we predict the highest ranking nation upon the planet Earth is the Edomites, but the Lord is going to bring them either Edomites down. Continuing on, persons eminent of ability, virtue, authority, power. So it says what city have the power of these Americans? Because just one legislation, these devils, they can put a sanction. You mind your own business at your own home, and somebody can put a sanction on you, man. Yeah, you can't go in the refrigerator in your own house now. Why? Because I said so. That's the power that these Americans got, man. That's why a lot of these nations have to walk on their tippy toes when they come around these Americans, man. But now, hey, like the scripture say, let the weak say, I am strong. They saying, fuck these Americans now. They can see that this place is falling down the drain, man. They can smell the blood like a shark in a fish tank. Continuing on, it says things esteemed highly for their importance. And what's the importance of America? Hey, it's important for America to push wickedness, you know? But it's also important for these nations to get off on America wickedness, man. You're going, even once you go into these, not to be too vulgar, but even these different sex toys, man. It's made in China. It's made in India, man. You know, that shit not made here. Continuing on. It says, of great moment, of great weight importance. And right there, that's the spirit. It says a great moment. Because it was a moment when America was great. But now we're at the moment when the Lord is bringing this devil down, man. And again, he's bringing this devil down for a reason. All the things that you built up for those 240 plus years, the Lord, he's going to bring it down to the ground. Continuing on, it says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, the great city wherein they made rich, it's like wherein they were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by the reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. Which meaning, wait, our merchant cities, because again, America is a merchant city. They send their BS here, and they bring the money back, man. That's the only thing America is good for, is to get money out this tour. But if it's going away, these nations, they're going to be mad because who else I'm going to sell this BS to? Again, an example, it probably be distasteful, but guess what? You got you selling whatever, and the biggest dope thing that come to you every morning, that give you his whole check every Friday, he end up dying. You're going to be sad now because you know you have lost your best customer. Now you're going to be short for the next couple months, man. Let's continue on, though. At the point, though, it says, rejoice over her, thou heaven. And that's talking about us. We're rejoicing. While these different nations and even 2/3 of our people are going to be weeping over this place, we're going to be rejoicing, man. It says, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you of her. So that's why the Lord is bringing this place down, man. Because it's nothing but wickedness here, and we're sighing and crying, and the Lord is going to answer our prayers by bringing this devil down, man. So yeah, I can just a quick little video. I pray it was edifying. I want to say, call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rachak Wadash Shalom, DTA and the Baba.